So, are you ready for the big one? I mean, the big earthquake? You probably aren't because, according to records, only about 20% of homes in Southern California are insured for earthquake coverage, while only 1 in 10 commercial buildings or business buildings are insured in the state of California, probably more in the Bay Area and Los Angeles, where you have the greater fault lines and larger metropolitan areas. But once again, it's not anywhere near like a majority situation. So a lot of people are seriously at risk, and that's what my business is evaluating people's risk and trying to remove and alleviate that. Some may say, that they think earthquake is expensive. But if you look for an example of, say, a commercial building in Studio City with over $2 million in coverage, $310,000 of loss of rents, that's a little over $6,000, you're only looking at a 3% rate, $3 for every $1,000 in coverage. And without the commercial earthquake insurance, you have a building that could potentially collapse. It's not going to be, even if there's significant damage, it's not going to be livable, for an occupant to continue to run his business on a lesser's risk. So they have to move out, and then you lose your rents. Well, did you know that with commercial earthquake insurance, you can insure for not only the building, but also your loss of rents? So if the building was damaged in such a fashion that it would have to take many months to rebuild, not only would the insurance company rebuild your structure to its, restore it completely, but they'd also pay for the lost rents that you would have missed had, in the case of when the tenant has to move out and find another building to run his business. So without that, in most cases, people are going to be walking away because they don't have a tenant. They're losing rents. They don't have earthquake insurance. They have to completely rebuild. So I saw a lot of situations where that occurred from the last destructive earthquake that hit a metropolitan area, in Northridge in January 17, 1994. In one case, I insured, a client who had a beautiful home in Topanga Canyon overlooking the Pacific Ocean. And I had reasoned with him about, getting it insured for earthquake. And he did agree to that. But then a couple years later, when he refinanced, the finance company only paid for the primary policy. The earthquake was a standalone policy, which has been the case since typically the early 90s, when insurance companies got hit hard in the Bay Area from earthquake. They decided to separate that out, and then you saw the formation of the California Earthquake Authority to help insurance companies mitigate some of their losses by having the state come in and reinsure, contribute billions of dollars over and above the billions that were being financed by the insurance companies. So you face a situation where this individual decided to, not renew, even though I, had reasoned with him that not only would it be like doubling your mortgage if you had to rebuild, and but that FEMA offers assistance to those individuals that have earthquake insurance, businesses and individuals that do carry earthquake insurance on their building already. And the SBA, was offering, low to no interest loans for people to assist in rebuilding their home or business. So I went over, as I had, previously, about the importance and the financial, assistance with the earthquake policy. But he decided to, take a chance, take a pass. And unfortunately, 3 months later came the January 17th, 1994 earthquake, and his masonry fireplace chimney collapsed onto his house, damaging the home significantly structurally so that it had to be, demolished. It couldn't be rebuilt. And so without the earthquake coverage, he basically had to walk away from his home, and he owed, about $300K on it still. So it was definitely, a sad, grievous situation that I hope that none of you have to be presented with, and I hope that you can avoid that by, securing the earthquake insurance. If you want more information, you can send an email to info@fultonis.com or give us a call, 805-409-4789, to get more information and to, secure an earthquake quote as well.